Good day, guys. Welcome back to this channel. So, now before we get started, if you are new, you've not subscribed, make sure you click on that subscribe button, like and share. Also, make your comments. I also want to watch out for it. So, we would be looking at Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD JPY. We would want to look at where these movements will be made for this week. We want to see where this price will be, where this movement, where we are going to be having this kind of movement this week. So, in order to be able to start that, I want us to actually start from our Euro USD. Then we'll take a look at it with our index, by the way. So, this Euro USD, to be able to predict this price for this week, right? We would start from the higher time frame, which is from the monthly time frame. So, from this monthly time frame, I want us to analyze it downward to the 1 hour time frame. So, we would understand this movement and why we would be making such move this week. Now, take a look at this monthly movement, right? This is the movement we can see. We've been having this bearish move. It is belonged since around 20, is it 26, 2007 or 2007. Take a look at this movement on the monthly time frame. There's only one movement we are making on the monthly time frame, a bearish move. Those who understand this trend line, you'll be able to see this trend line movements like this. Let's see it properly this way. So we can see this movement, right? We can see that this price is bearish, right? We can take it that let's say the resistance, downward trend line, and we can see this support downward trend line, anyhow you want to call it. So basically, price has been dropping, right? So once the price comes to this resistance downward trend line, we tend to see it drop to the support zone, then to rise up to the resistance zone, then to the support zone. So we can see that this price has rose up to hit this resistance trend line, right? What we'll be expecting is that this price will actually drop again to hit the support downward trend line. So we still have a bearish move to be made on the technical aspect of this Euro USD. We still have a lot of bearish move to be made downward before we actually hit this our this support this supports downward trend line. At least the price should be able to drop to hit at least close to this level, right? So from here to this down level here, we still have about close to let's say 1,200 pips, about 1,200 pips to be made before we still have about more than 1,000 pips bearish move to be made on Euro USD, right? So that is on the technical aspect of it. Now on the fundamental aspect of it now, guys, take a look at it. We all know the news about the US, the interest rates, increase in interest rate, the inflation rate. We all know the war in Russia and Ukraine, right? Why, since the beginning of the war, we can see that this our USD itself has been rising up, due to inflation. Things are becoming more expensive. The reason is, due to increase in gas and everything, increase in crude oil. So all these gas and everything that are used to manufacture all these goods, right? Once there's an increase in this so-called gas and everything, there will be an increase in all these so-called goods, right, that we are consuming. And this federal rates reserve will actually step into actually try and reduce this, fight inflation. And one of the ways to fight inflation is by increase in interest rates. Now, once there's an interest in interest rates, right, we tend to see the currency of that country rise up. So once the Federal Reserve increase interest rates, this is why the USD itself has been going bullish. So if we are having a bullish move on our USD itself, then any other currency pairs we are trading to our USD will continue to drop. So that is on the fundamental aspect of it. We continue to still have a bullish move on our USD. That is to say that as long as we continue to have a bullish move on our USD, then we will continue to have a bearish move on our Euro to USD. Any pairs we are trading to our USD will continue to drop. We can take a look at this USD index value if you have to zoom it out. Just take a look at this movement. This movement has even been giving us this bullish move since 2021. So even this was around 2020. So this USD index has been giving us that bullish move, meaning any other currency pairs to our USD, we are trading it to continue to drop. So as long as this USD itself continues to go bullish, then fundamentally and technically, then our Euro to USD will continue to drop. That is second reason why we are going bearish Now the third one I've highlighted is technical indicator. I'm using 10-period moving average right here, by the way. So we all know the rules of trading 10-period moving average. Once the price is above 10-period moving average, we have to go long, right? But if it is below it, we have to short it. So clearly we can see that this price is below 10-period moving average. Now there was some time that this price was above 10-period moving average, then it corrected itself, go below 10-period moving average. You can see it from here. The time it was actually pushing up to hit this our downward resistance level, we saw it was above 10-period moving average, at least for about, you can see it's about 1,200 and something pips, right? So basically this price has now broken below this 10-period moving average. So since then we've had about close to about um let's say 2,000 pips, 2,000, close to 2,500 pips bearish move has been made, right? And we still have about 2,000 pips bearish move to be made again on our euro USD for it to drop. So technically we can see it that this price is below 10-period moving average. Notice on the fundamental aspect of it, I'll recap. Fundamental aspect of it, USD is giving us a bullish move, meaning any other currency pairs we are trading to our USD will continue to go bearish. That is one. Secondly is that you can see the trend line. Our trend line is bearish. We are on a bearish move. So that means we should go bearish, especially if you want to trade it on the monthly time frame. And the last third is that we added our 10-period moving average. So this 10-period moving average will guide us, right, to understand where this movement is making. So it is below 10-period moving average. So we are still on a bearish move. So monthly time frame itself, guys, we are still on a bearish move. So I mean, you can see it one, first month, second, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 months now. Previous 5 months back, you can, as you want to see it, we'll be having this bearish move. So price has been closing bearish, right? This is October, right? This is the month of October. So the price has already opened and it has gone bearish. The month has not ended, but by the time the month ends, there's high probability that this price will actually close bearish. Meaning we still have this week, next week, and maybe next week for this price to actually go bearish. So this is an indication that we are still on a bearish move. That is it. Now I want us to see it on the weekly time frame. So we would zoom it out again. Let's start this movement from here. I want us to be able to understand this movement itself. So from here, we will start this movement. There's only one movement we all can see, right? It is a bearish move. I may take, if you are a beginner trader, you would have known that this is actually a bearish move. Price has been dropping, so we all know this is a bearish move. Secondly, the price is below 10-period moving average. So as long as this price is still below 10-period moving average, there's only one movement we all should be making. We have to short it, right? Now take a look at these movements, guys. So to be able to predict this price for this week, I want us to start it from here. So we can take this as, will I say, lower lows or an impulse downward. Then we can call this as a lower highs or a correction, anyone you want to call it. Then another lower lows. Then I see this as a lower highs, right? Came to our 10-period moving average. You know that this one we have this lower lows here. We saw a lower highs that came to our 10-period moving average. It broke away with a little bit, but it corrected anyway. It dropped, correction was made, came to our 10-period moving average, right? We saw this drop again. If you notice, this drop that we made actually broke this previous lower lows a little bit, though. It broke it a little bit, then it's corrected itself. It came to our 10-period moving average. What next again do we have? We had another lower lows. This impulse move downward, which actually broke this previous, lower lows level. And guess what? After the lower lows, we had a correction. So this correction came to our 10-period moving average. So after price has come to our 10-period moving average, what movement next do we have to? What movement do we expect? Another bearish move, another lower lows. So this is exactly what we are having. So last week we actually closed bearish. This is the price, right, for the weekly time frame. We closed bearish last week's. The week that just passed, right, we saw it. We actually closed bearish. Kind of like a little, by the way. So this week there's a huge indication or a huge possibility that we will also close bearish this week. So we would still want to go down for at least our price break below this previous lower lows. Notice as we are having this lower lows, the lower lows was breaking a previous lower lows, right? Take a look at this movement, right? We saw this lower lows, right? then a new lower lows was made, which actually broke this previous lower lows. Then a new lower lows was made that actually broke this previous lower lows, and now new lower lows has been made, which actually broke this previous lower lows, right? So what we are on next is another new lower lows to be made, right? And this new lower lows we are making should actually break this previous lower lows. This was the previous lower lows, right? That has been made. You can see it like this: lower lows, then a correction here, then a correction, right? This is it. So we are expecting a new lower lows to be made to actually break this previous lower low. So that is in the indication that this week also we are still on a bearish move, and we're very much likely to open and close bearish. Notice monthly time frame we are bearish, weekly time frame also we are also bearish. So we have to short this price. That would now take us down to the daily time frame. So take a look at this daily time frame, right? We have to zoom this price out. There's only one movement that is being made here on Euro USD, a bearish move. Price has been dropping. So it's very, very easy that, I mean, if you're a beginner trader, when you open your daily time frame, when you look at this chart itself, you know that this is actually a bearish move. Price is dropping. No way. You all know price is actually dropping. So, and we can see it on this technical indicator. Price is now below 10 period moving average. We can see this price. If you are following this channel consistently, you would have seen how we predicted this move this week, right? I actually did analysis, the week that just passed. If you are following, so if you are new, actually click on the subscribe button so you'll be able to, get an update. So now we would see these movements like this, a drop, right, on this Euro USD. This we would see it as a correction. Now that this correction has come, it's our 10 period moving average. What movement next do we have to be made this week? Another bearish move we have to be made this week. At least we would want to see this price take out these lows this week. This was the previous lower lows on the weekly time frame, more visible on the weekly time frame, right? So we would want to see price actually break this, this previous lows, this level here. We would want to see this price break it. So we still have about, at least for this week, we still have about 200 pips to be made. So what we can clearly see here is about 186 pips, right? 186 pips to actually get to this our lower lows. So that is close to 200 pips. So we still have about 200 pips bearish move to be made this week. At least 200 pips, close to 200 pips to be made. Now I'll tell you why we get this as a drop and we add this as a correction here. So if you notice that price do react at a certain level, right? Once price gets to a level, it's reacted. It got to that same level, it's reacted. Once price gets to that same level again, it will react at that same level. Now take a look at this movement here. I want us to actually zoom it out. We saw that price came to the same level, right? We had this huge week. Price reacted this week level here. It's rejected. It came to the same level here. We saw its price rejected. We saw it came to the same level. Price rejected, right? So we now see it again to this same level. This is why we add this once this price got to this level here as a pullback on the weekly time frame. Of course, price will react at a certain level. This is why we add this drop, right? Now that we have this drop, we will see this correction again. The reason why we add this correction is that price has once reacted at this level when it was giving us that bullish move. We saw price actually came to this same level. Then we saw a pullback at this same level on Euro USD, right? This pullback level is actually a level we would watch out for, and it actually pushes up, right? Now that this price is now breaking down, of course, once the price dropped, we need to see a correction, which we actually got. We saw that correction close to that same level, close to it, though did not get to it though, but close to it, to where we once had the reaction from. And now again, what do we expect next? Another drop. It's kind of like an head and shoulder pattern, but kind of not straight. You can see this, you can call this as the shoulder, left shoulder. You can call this as the right shoulder. This we can take it as the head. So basically, we would want to see this drop to this same level down here. So the next level we would want to see this Euro USD drop to is this low level here. So we still have about 200 pips to be made to actually hit that level. So Euro USD this week also we are closing bearish, right? And the price is still below 10 period moving average. That would now take us to the 4-hour time frame. So let's highlight some key levels on this 4-hour time frame. You can see price once rejected here and it's rejected here. So we would want to see this here on this 4-hour time frame actually drop to the same level. Yeah, so you can see this Euro USD drop to the same level. Maybe it can push it up again. After push up again, then another bearish move should be made on Euro USD. Notice that our monthly time frame says we are bearish. Weekly time frame also says we are bearish, right? Daily time frame also we are on a bearish move. Now we would want to take this trade on our 4-hour time frame. What we clearly can see on this 4-hour time frame is that we are on a bearish move. Take a look at this movement downward. We are on a bearish move. But of this recent movement, we are actually ranging. We can see it. We see price actually reacting to this same level downward here. So we can see that price is actually ranging on this 4-hour time frame. So maybe once the price, we believe price will actually break this support level this week. Once price can break below the support level this week, then the next level we will see price actually go and react to is this same level here, this low level. So on this 4-hour time frame, we are still on a bearish move. But once you look at this movement here, it's kind of ranging. Maybe once the price breaks below the support level as it is ranging, then we can jump in on the trade and short this Euro USD. So from monthly time frame down to our 4-hour time frame, we are on a bearish move. And let's see what this 1-hour time frame also says. Still on a bearish move, by the way. But if you take a look at this movement itself of this recent, kind of like a ranging market move here, you can see this here. So let's expect this price to actually drop here. If it does not break this support level, then we would actually see it push up here. But by this, what we know for this week is that the price will actually break this support level this week and drop to that same level, which will be giving us about 200, close to 200 pips. That is it on our Euro USD. The next one we have is GBP USD. So now let's start this GBP USD. I want us to actually start it from the monthly time frame. Full trend, you can see it on a bearish move. Now take a look at this movement here. We'll draw our downward trend movement. Those of you who trade downward movement, you can see once price drop, come to this level, dropped, came to this same level again. Now we can see this level. So it's here. So basically we are seeing this price actually drop. We want to see this price actually drop to this same level price has been reacting to. So so what we clearly can see on this GBP USD is that we are on a bearish move, right? Price is actually bearish. Now secondly, I've added 10-period moving average. Those of you that trade 10-period moving average, we all know the movement, how to trade it. Once the price is above 10-period moving average, we have to go long, right? But if it is below it, we have to short it. So clearly you can see here that this price is below 10-period moving average, and it has been ever since. It was around 20, was it not 2021? This was around 2021. So since 2021, since last year, about August last year, we'll be having this bearish move. Price has broken below 10 period moving average, and ever since then we've been going bearish now. So I mean, there's one time that price was ranging, right? You can see it here. We would highlight this movement here. We saw that price came to the same level here. We saw it rejected. Price came to the same level again. We saw it rejected, and we can see this level again. Once price got to the same level, we saw it pushes up and it came to the same level. So we can take this top as the support and we can take this as a resistance. So for some time, I think it was around 2016, this price has been ranging, right? It has been giving us that movement. Once it comes to the support level, it will go to the resistance, then come to the support level and it go to the resistance. So we all know that once price is ranging, right, and price breaks out of that level, price will definitely come to test that same level, right? We all know that once price is actually ranging within support and resistance level and it breaks out of resistance level, price must surely come to test that resistance level and continue its movement. If it breaks below the support level, price must surely come test that support level and continue the bearish movement, right? Now take a look at this movement. At one time price came to this support level, right? Then we're all thinking, a lot of people were thinking to actually push up and continue to go bullish. But then all of a sudden, the GBP actually fell to its lowest. We all know about the news, which happened about 3 weeks or 3 weeks ago, where GBP actually fell. So now that this GBP has fallen and it has broken the support level, of course, the price definitely should come to test that same level. So now that this price has come to test the same level, so what movement do we have next to be made? Another bearish move to be made. So this is one of the reasons why we have this candlestick wick here. We can see this huge candlestick wick. We can see on this GBP USD, we can see once price actually pushes up, give us that bullish move. The candlestick was kind of like a grain. But now, price is now reacting to that same level by dropping, which is more visible on the daily time frame. We will go to it later, by the way. So we can see that once price comes to this support level, we expect this price to actually drop again. So it is what we are having on this GBP/USD. So price is reacting at that support level. So so now the price has reacted, is rejecting here. We are now having a drop on GBP/USD. So GBP/USD, we are on a bearish move. First of all, price is below 10 period moving average. We are to short. Um, Secondly, we see that price has broken below this our support level where price was once ranging. So price has now come to test that support level, and it is now giving us a bearish move. So that is to tell that we are on a bearish move. Third, lastly, we all know about the news on interest rates. Like once there's an interest rate, then the USD will continue to go bullish. Especially take a look at this USD index, by the way. So I mean, take a look at this movement. We've been having it since 2020, late 2020, right? This USD has been giving us that bullish move. So you all know that once there's a bullish move on USD itself, any currency pairs we are trading to our USD will continue to drop. So now that we are having a bullish move on our USD currency index, then there would be a bearish move on our GBP USD, by the way. So this is one of the reasons why GBP has been falling. This was around 20, this was about December 2020. This was about December 2021. So we've been having this drop, by the way. So if you go on the daily time frame, it is more visible. So ever since we've been having a bullish move on our USD currency index, this is why we've been having a bearish move on our GBP USD. So we still expect a bearish move to be made on GBP USD. Now let's see what this weekly time frame says. So clearly we can see this movement now. So we'll analyze it better so you understand it. Now take a look at this movement. We can see it is a bearish move, right? Price is bearish. Secondly, price is below 10 period moving average. Once again, once it is below it, then we are still on a bearish move. So clearly we can see that price is below 10 period moving average. Now take a look at this movement that was made on GBP USD. We saw this impulse move downward. A correction was made on GBP USD. On the weekly time frame, though we are on the weekly time frame, another bearish move. We saw this correction. We saw this, kind of, drop right on GBPUSD, so that this price actually broke below this support level. Notice that this price has been reacting at this level. We saw price came to this level, then it pushes up. It also happened at this same level again. It's supposed to happen at this same level, but price broke below it. So once price breaks below the support level, when it is ranging previously, we tend to see that price rise up again to test that support level. So this is what we are there. We actually saw that bullish move that came, and it has tested the support level. Now that it has tested the support level, what again do we expect to be seeing? Another bearish move on GBP USD. So this is what we are having. Price is now dropping. Notice that when there's a correction, price tends to come to hit the 10 period moving average. We can take this as a drop. Then you see this correction. This correction was hit the 10 period moving average. Another drop was made, and we had a correction that came to our 10 period moving average. Then we had this huge drop, and again correction came to our 10 period moving average. What's next? Do we expect to have another huge drop to actually break this previous lower lows on GBP USD? So on the monthly time frame, we are still bearish. Even weekly time frame, we are expecting a bearish move to be made to actually break below this previous lower lows we just highlighted. This is the previous lower lows, right? Price has made, I think, this year or for a long time, since, would I say, its lowest, price has ever gotten to on GBP USD, by the way. So we expect that price to actually drop and break this previous lower lows. So from here to that lower lows, we still have about 800 pips to be made. We still have about 800 pips. So if you want to trade it for weeks, but I think we should hit it by the time this year end. We should be able to hit that moment, by the way. So GBP USD still on a bearish move. Now let's see what this daily time frame says. So take a look at this movement, right? We can see that this price is bearish. Price has been dropping. So we can see, let's take a look at this movement from here. Price actually dropped. Then price came to give us that correction, which came to our support level, previous support level, where it is more visible on the monthly time frame. So now that this price has come, of course, we expect another drop. This is why we added this drop. After this drop, we don't expect this drop to actually just drop down, right? The price cannot just drop downward. We still need like a drop and a pullback, right? This is what we are having. we are expecting another a bearish move to actually come to take this previous lower lows. So this price should be made like this, a drop, right? A correction. Since that this price has failed to break this previous lower highs, the price has failed to break this previous lower highs, meaning price has not broken it yet. So we are still on a bearish move. This is why we added this drop on our GBPUSD. So now that we have this drop, what next do we expect? Another drop again. We would want to see that drop to break this previous previous lower lows. We saw this price dropped, right? Then a correction was made. Yes, we are expecting another drop. So by Monday, once price open, we should expect that bearish move. Monday, Tuesday, or by Wednesday, at least the price should be able to break below this level, which I strongly believe. Once price break below this level, we should see a correction to come test the same level again. Then another bearish move should be made. We should be able to take out this level, which will give us about 800 pips downward within 2 or 3 weeks. We should be able to accomplish it within 2 or 3 weeks. We should be able to take out this level on our GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, guys, we are still on a bearish move. Since price has failed to break this level here, then we are still on a bearish move. The next movement we would want to see on GBPUSD is a bearish move that will break below this same level on GBPUSD. Then a drop should happen. After the drop, then a correction will happen, and again another drop, and still the same movement, right, on GBPUSD, still on a bearish move. And let's see what this 4-hour time frame says, by the way. So take a look at this. So if you want to take the trade, right, we will go to the 4-hour time frame. Now that we are expecting a bearish move on monthly time frame, notice monthly time frame we are to go bearish, weekly time frame we are to go bearish, right? Even daily time frame we are on a bearish move. Pullback has happened on the daily time frame, it is over. We are now on a bearish move, right? So monthly time frame bearish, weekly time frame bearish, daily time frame bearish. So 4-hour time frame, right, we are expecting to be going bearish. To be able to take this trade, I want us to actually wait for a pullback to be over on this 4-hour time frame. At least a pullback should occur. If you notice this movement, right, we've been going bearish here, right? And now we add this correction, which actually give us like a bullish move. So this higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and now this price is dropping. There's every possibility that this price might even just drop, go up again, and come to hit this level, giving us like a double top. That is why to actually enter this trade on the 4-hour time frame, wait for this pullback to be over. Maybe once price give us that pullback, it is over, then we can now jump on this trade to enter and go downward. So at least it will make more sense, and it will help us to be able to grab a lot on our GBPUSD instead of just entering the trade to shut it down. The price very much can go bullish on the 4-hour time frame before we have that drop. So just be patient, wait for a price to give us that pullback. Maybe once that pullback has occurred, then we can now enter to short it. Notice that this is a huge, massive bearish move here we had on this GBPUSD. Take a look at this massive. This is a bearish move we've had. Price has dropped. Of course, a correction should happen. It is what we should expect. It is what we should see. So once that correction happens and it is over, then we can enter to short this GBPUSD. So GBPUSD 4-hour time frame, wait for a pullback to occur, then we can now enter to short it. And 1-hour time frame, let us also the same thing with our 4-hour time frame. We would want to also take such a trade. Now let's see this USD index, USDJPY. So if you were following this channel, I think I did analysis on the 12th and on the 14th. We also predicted the move on USDJPY, where the price will be moving, and price actually moved that way, right? Now let's see this USD JPY. We would want to see where this price will be moving. So if you have to zoom it out, let's start this movement from here. So we started from here. This was around 2020. So we'll see this was around, let's say, from here, early 2021, January. From here, early 2021, we'll be having a bullish move on USD JPY, right? The reason is that, one, JPY, if you take a look at our JPY index, I want us to actually see our JPY index, by the way. So zoom it out on the daily time frame. JPY index has been going bearish. That means as our JPY index is dropping, any other pairs we are trading to our JPY must surely go bullish. And another reason is that our USD index has been giving us a bullish move. Take a look at this USD. It's actually rising also. Any other currency pairs we are trading to our USD should actually drop. So meaning as our USD itself is giving us bullish move, then we should be expecting a bearish move on our JPY. That is one of the reasons we've been having this bullish move ever since on our, I think it was early 2021, we're having this bullish move on USD JPY. Secondly, is that I've included this 10-period moving average. We all know the rules of trading 10-period moving average. Once the price is above 10-period moving average, we have to go long, but if it is below it, right, we have to short it. So clearly we can see that the price is above 10-period moving average. So we have to go long on our USD JPY. Now that is the movement. You can see this movement here. Impulse move. Here we have is a correction, and again another impulse move on the monthly time frame. We have a correction, and now this is an impulse move. So we've had a correction, right? So we are now on an impulse move. Though correction will be happening, but I don't think it will be happening anytime soon. I don't think correction will happen anytime soon. We all know the movement on our USD itself. As long as that USD continues to give us a strong bullish move, then definitely we will continue to see that rise. And as long as this JPY continues to give us that bearish move, I don't think we will be having any correction anytime soon. So I mean, USD JPY, we are still on a bullish move, by the way. Now let's see what this weekly time frame says. So we have to zoom it out. So we can clearly see that on our USD JPY, we've been going bullish ever since then. Price has been giving us that bullish move. So I mean, if you take a look at this, should be happening for like 2 or 3 months now. You see first week, second week, third week, fourth week, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. This is about 2 months, 1 week now, we'll be having this bullish move. So price has been opening and closing bullish, right? And price is still above the 10-period moving average. It has not broken the period moving average. It is still above it. So we have to still go long, except the price kind of break below it. Then maybe we can now consider to change the direction of the movement. But as long as it is still above it, we have to still trade with it, thereby going long. So I mean, if you take a look at least price is closing in a week at least about 200 pips. If you take a look at it in a week, price is moving at least about 200 pips. Take a look at this movement. Price actually closed about 54 pips here, but it actually moved and got to about 300 pips. Yeah, we saw it moved about 120 pips here. We saw it move about 75 pips there. And this week that just closed, we saw it moving about 350 pips. So if you have to take a look at it on an average, price is moving at least 100 pips. Notice that price is, if you look at this movement, price is moving about 200, 300 pips. So on an average, you'll be able to say that this price should be moving about 100 pips, at least 100 pips. So if we are to go long this week, as we would want to go, we should be able to grab at least 100 pips on USD JPY. So like I said, this USD JPY, we have to go long. We know it. Monthly time frame, we have to go long. Weekly time frame, we have to go long. So if you have to go long and take this trade, we should be able to grab 100 pips on USD JPY. So USD JPY, we are still on a bullish move. Clear. Now let's see what this daily time frame also says. So I mean, we saw that we were once ranging within this area here. So if we're following this channel consistently, you see how we actually broke above this level here. I predicted this move that we would actually break above it and continue to go bullish, and we see it. The price actually did such a thing, and we are on a bullish move on USD JPY. This is kind of like a pullback level. I think it is on the weekly time frame. No, okay, it is not more visible. It is not visible on the weekly time frame, though it is more on the um on the uh, on the daily time frame, kind of like a pullback. Once price does not give us that bearish move as a pullback, it will kind of range before it continue to go, bullish move right on this USD JPY. So price kind of rally up, then it's actually ranged. Of course, we expect it to actually break above the resistance level. We talked about it if you're following, and now price has actually broken above it. Now we are on a bullish move, so we are still rallying up, and the price is still above 10-period moving average. So still an indication that we are to go long on our USD JPY. So at least we should be able to still go long and close. We would open and close bullish this week. Maybe next week a pullback will occur. Who knows? We don't know yet. Maybe next week a pullback will occur. And maybe if it occurs this week, then fine. Let's see what this JPY index says, by the way. So we take a look at this JPY index. I want us to see this movement full trend, bearish move, right? JPY index is bearish. Now price has been ranging within this area here. We saw price came to this support level, it pushes up to this resistance level here, came to our support level here, pushes up to our resistance, right? Came to our support, went to this our resistance, and it broke below the support level, right? Then it came back, came close to our resistance level, and it's dropped. You can see this movement, right? You can see this dropped. You can see this correction, right? And now we are seeing it on a bearish move, right? We would want to see it actually come to this same level. So as this price will be dropping to this same level, we would continue to see that bullish move on our USD JPY. So as that JPY index is giving us that bearish move, we would continue to see a bullish move on our USD to JPY. But one thing I know for sure is that once price gets to a key level, it tends to react. So this is a key level, right? Because price has reacted at this level. Price will definitely react at this same level again. So once price gets to this level, we will kind of see like a pullback. It is a shorting. Will it continue to give us a bullish move? We don't know. But once we know is that price will actually react at this same level by giving us kind of like a bullish move, maybe as a pullback level. So once this price kind of give us like a bullish move on this pullback, maybe as a pullback level, it will definitely come to this same level, key level here, and give us that bullish move. So once price give us that bullish move, then we should be expecting to see like a pullback on USDJPY, which will be bearish. So I mean, maybe this week we should be able to see something like that. Maybe a little bullish move to be made on USDJPY. Then a pullback will occur on this USDJPY before we continue to rally up again on USDJPY. So notice, just keep an eye on this JPY index. Once this JPY index drops to this same level, it will definitely react by giving us like a bullish move. Once that bullish move occurs, then we would see a drop on our USDJPY. Maybe then it will correct itself and give us a bullish move. And let's see how to, if we would want to enter this trade, we will go to the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, by the way. So I mean, we can see this movement here on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, you can see this impulse move, right? There we have a correction. You can see this impulse move, right? A little bit of a correction. Now you see this huge impulse move, right? So maybe if you want to take, if you can wait for a correction, which I don't think will be happening anytime side, I still expect it to push bullish a little bit. But if in case correction will happen anytime here, then there's no problem. Then a correction, after the correction, then we are to go long. So basically, if you want to jump on this trade on USDJPY, wait for a correction or a pullback to happen on the 4-hour time frame. Once the pullback has happened and it is over, then you can enter and go long on this USDJPY. Same thing with our 1-hour time frame too. So let's wait for a pullback before we go long for this week.